Most men think she lost interest because they weren't good enough. She didn't. She lost interest because he stayed accessible after being deprioritized. Attraction doesn't end suddenly. It erodes through tolerance. A woman doesn't wake up one day and decide it's over. Interest dies quietly, in moments most men don't notice. A text sent after silence, plans canceled without consequence, energy given when none is returned. Those moments don't signal commitment, they signal that access to him no longer requires respect. And when access doesn't require respect, attraction collapses. Interest doesn't disappear, it gets reclassified. First attraction, then tolerance, then convenience. Most men lose her during that transition and don't realize it until everything feels different. She's still there, but the desire is gone. Here's the mistake most men make. When she pulls back, they give more. When she goes cold, they chase harder. When her effort drops, they increase availability. That feels logical, mature, even patient, but that's not how attraction works. When a woman withdraws and a man increases effort, she doesn't feel reassured, she feels suffocated. Attraction isn't rebuilt through reassurance when respect is low. It's built through polarity, and polarity dies when effort isn't mirrored. There is a specific moment when attraction changes. It's subtle. It happens the first time a man tolerates disrespect without adjusting his behavior. She cancels plans, and he reschedules immediately. She goes cold over text, and he keeps initiating. She crosses a boundary, and he explains how it made him feel. Each moment sends the same message. His access to her doesn't depend on how she treats him. That's when attraction begins to die. Most men think they're being patient. They're being reclassified. A woman pulls back emotionally. Her effort drops. Her energy fades. Most men respond by becoming more available. They open up more. They explain themselves. They try to reconnect through vulnerability. Not because vulnerability is weak, but because it's being offered without being earned. Attraction collapses. Emotional availability after withdrawal doesn't rebuild desire. It confirms she can deprioritize him without consequence. Then the imbalance becomes obvious. She stops initiating, and he keeps texting first. She replies slowly, and he responds immediately. Her effort drops, and his increases. This isn't patience, it's imbalance, and imbalance kills attraction. When a man's energy doesn't protect itself, polarity disappears. He stops being attractive and becomes convenient. Here's where most men lose her completely. She disrespects a boundary, and he explains why it bothered him. Explaining after disrespect isn't communication. It's negotiating for respect, and respect that has to be negotiated is already gone. A woman doesn't need a man to explain why disrespect is unacceptable. She already knows. Masculine energy doesn't argue, it withdraws. Silence after disrespect says more than any conversation ever could. Most men fear silence because they think she won't understand. She understands. She just doesn't respect men who tolerate low effort and ask for it to stop. When her interest drops, most men stay predictable. Good morning texts, daily check-ins, unchanged availability. Consistency without reciprocation doesn't build attraction. It builds familiarity. And familiarity without tension is boring. When there's no risk of loss, there's no desire. This is where most men panic. They pursue harder, more effort, more explaining, more trying to win her back. Pursuit after withdrawal doesn't reignite attraction. It confirms scarcity. It tells her his value is tied to her validation. A man who doesn't believe he deserves better will never be treated better. Here's the truth. When interest fades, increasing effort pushes her further away. Withdrawal creates space, not withdrawal as punishment, but withdrawal as self-respect.
The man who keeps attraction does the opposite. When her effort drops, his mirrors. When respect drops, access drops. When energy isn't returned, he redirects it elsewhere. Not to manipulate, not to test, because his energy is finite. This isn't a strategy, it's identity. Can attraction come back? Sometimes. If the reclassification hasn't solidified, space can reset perception. She either adjusts or she disappears, and either way, he wins. Because the power isn't in getting her back, it's in refusing to accept less than mutual respect. Here's the paradox most men never understand. The moment you're willing to lose her is the moment you're worth keeping. Attraction doesn't die because of one mistake. It dies because of tolerance. And the man who refuses to tolerate disrespect is the man women don't forget.